It's the Gentleman's Talk podcast. This is all audio. Who do we have on deck today? Introduce yourself.
Well, hello, greetings. This is Marisa Bailey, and I am proud to say that born and raised in Hartford.
Shout out to that.
Yes. I don't have nobody talk bad about Hartford to me, and especially if you were born and raised there, you know. and I reside in Roseville now. Have been 28 years, getting ready to go to 29.
Wow.
First time homeowner at the time.
Shout out to that.
Yes, and actually, my husband and I actually built the house from the ground. I didn't physically do it, but yeah, sure did.
Shout out to that. You just answered the second question. It was going to give me a little background on who you is, and you do this. If you've been incarcerated, give us an incarcerated story for those that end up in them situations that need to navigate themselves out of that. And if you haven't, and you know people that have, how could they fix their situation?
Okay. No, I have not been incarcerated, but yes, I know of people. I would say when I say people, like actually family members and also childhood friends. And so to me, I feel like it's really your mindset and it's your environment.
Very true. I believe that.
Yeah, definitely your mindset and your environment.
Do you know who the 44th president is?
You are asking who the 44th?
Yes, I am going to ask you that, Miss Rosa.
It should be President Obama.
There you go, Miss Rosa. Because we deal with urban community work, so I'm just making sure you tapped in it. You know what you talk about, my black queen?
It better be.
What does family mean to you?
Well, family means a lot of things to me. Family means love to me. Family means camaraderie. Family means being loyal, but also family can mean depression and distress. Because sometimes, family could be sometimes your worst enemy. They may not always be your cheerleader, but I found myself in regards to a book that I just finished reading through one of my businesses, which is called The Lecter Theory by Mel Robbins.
Okay.
So
hold on, give them the name again for those that might have missed it the first time.
Okay.
Give them the name again.
Okay, so the most recent book that I finished reading, and I was also honored to facilitate the book club. One of my businesses is Legal Shield to protect people that have legal concerns, not just because you got in trouble, so it's not a get out of jail card, but sometimes you may have situations with your tenant, situations with a traffic situation or whatever. So Legal Shield is for a legal plan and also for ID Shield, which is for identity theft. So for the month, so every month we have a book club, and I was honored by one of my business partners out of South Carolina.
Shout out to that.
Yeah, to facilitate it. And so the title of the book is The Lecter Theory by Mel Robbins. And the reason why it's a game changer book. The reason why I feel like it's a game changer is because I have over 300 books in my personal library, but what happened is, this was really my first time. I'll say this way, normally the introduction will describe, the person and the book, set that tone. But in this particular situation, all through the book, the author is letting you know, guess what? I'm taking you on a journey that I'm not there yet.
Wow.
So the Lecter Theory is based on the fact that you cannot control anybody but yourself. So let them. So let people be who they are. But once you set that foundation down for let them, then you let me. So the let me is that you know that you can only control yourself and you show up as your best self. Like I like to say, I'm going to show up as my unapologetic and authentic self.
Shout out to that. So I ain't gonna lie, it's me running that mentorship program. Shout out to Ms. Rosa giving us our first opportunity of 2024 to perform at the 224. And I would like to bring one of my dance groups down there, but we're gonna work on that. But we appreciate that. But as me being a mentor and having my foster father Quinton shop at the Village of Family and Children on Hartford, on Blue Hills. He quit his job, he took me in, and he changed my life. So I didn't really have my mom and my dad in my life, so it's like I've been through a bunch of institutional programs, but I still end up on the good side of the coin. I didn't see both sides. I didn't been arrested, but I never been incarcerated. So I'm proud to say that I never did no real jail time, but I was always in different programs. But anyways, the moral of the story is, for a man to quit his job and change my life, I feel it's my obligation to give people back, give back by helping them, direct them, by showing them the better version of yourself. So I'm kind of happy that you brought that book up, because at the end of the day, you only got to be the better version of yourself, and then people are going to respect you. They're going to respect you for the things that you tried to change in your life, and not judge you for things that you already done did that probably wasn't your circumstance. So like people say, like the wrong deck of cards you had got. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
What's your opinion on the LGBTQ community being in our local public schools?
What my opinion? My opinion is, well, first of all, being in the local public schools. Well, I like to say that my opinion is that I want to respect people for who they are, and I truly say this in all due respect, that I am a proud mother of 3 adult sons.
Shout out to that.
Yes, and they are amazing men. Actually, this morning, I have a short, I call it, it's not really a prayer, but more so a chant. I have 2 brothers, and so I started it with them after my mother passed away at age 48, and I was 26 years old, still needed a mother. So then once I saw the success with that, I started doing it myself. So this morning, what I said this morning that I've said it in the past, which is that my sons would be mature men, have an intimate relationship with God, and be productive members of society. And the reason why I brought that up is because when I was raising them, and I found out people were saying, "Oh my goodness," in regards to a gay teacher. When I say doing, but maybe sharing something in the school system where it's like when you're coloring a picture, instead of it being, they look at the family dynamics being a little broader, where instead of it being the traditional male and female, mother, father, and the 2 children, how they say the white picket fence, and that type of thing. And so they were saying, well, wow, my child came home, and they came home with a picture where it was like the 2 men, as being the parents, or the 2 women as being the parents. And so my thing is, I feel like in regards to the part where someone saying, well, I don't want a gay teacher teaching my child, but what if the teacher is adulterous?
Very true. So what kind of answer would a person give to that?
So to me, I feel like people spend more time on the sexuality part of it. I mean, for me as a Christian, I know that in the Bible it talks about that. So I do know that my belief is based on the Bible.
It's supposed to be man and woman. That's his belief.
Right, man and woman. So that's my
that's
a man is not supposed to lie with a man, and a woman is not supposed to lie with a woman.
Man and woman.
Right, and so to me, yes, that is definitely my belief. But as far as me treating someone nasty or being judgmental, that's what I want to say. I would not be judgmental, but as far as my beliefs, my beliefs is I believe that a man should be with a woman, and a woman should be with a man, and not vice versa.
That makes sense. How do you feel about today's upbringing with the youth that you see in your travels? And your daily travels, you see the youth, it could be in Hartford, it could be in Bloomfield, it could be wherever you going, wherever you doing.
I think communication is, I think that technology has silenced their voice.
Oh, wow.
Because quite a few years ago, I created a program where you could where I've done it like for a few weeks, I've done it for just one session. So it's called Finding Your Voice.
Okay.
And so for me, I find that if the student or the child is like at school and the teacher is going over schoolwork and the student doesn't have a clue, or if they're going over homework, they don't have a clue, it's like, raise your hand, speak up, Ms. Brown, I don't understand this, don't be ashamed. Find your voice. It might be a situation where you're not being bullied, but your friend is being bullied. Speak up. When my youngest son, I'm really dating myself, but when he, back in the day, when he wanted to get games from GameStop, and he's still quiet as a church mouse, unless he's performing, because he's also an actor.
Shout out to that.
Yeah, thank you. So what happened is he was able to find his persuasive voice when something cost $40, he only had 20. It's like, Mom, So I found that it's their voice. So it's like with the technology, they are in their faces in a device all the time, and then when it's time to communicate, they either have just not found their voice, where the communication may not be clear. Sometimes the communication may be abrupt. The communication just may not come off in a way that you're really understood. So I think that's what it is.
That makes sense. What inspires your work ethic?
What inspires my work ethic? So what inspires my work ethic is I think myself as an executive, well, it's actually kind of sandwiched. So entrepreneur, executive, entrepreneur.
There you go.
And it was entrepreneur, executive basically at the same time. And
go.
the reason why I say that is because I've been making money since I was 11.
There you go. Go ahead, Black Queen. Say it again. How long you been doing this
I've
since?
been making money since I was 11 years old. So what happened is when my parents moved, when we moved from 213 Capron Street, shout out, the building is torn down now, the brick building, but I love that area, Capron Street, Barber Street, Intro Street. So we moved from there because my parents bought a house over on 756 Tower Avenue, still in Hartford.
Okay.
A gentleman came and talked with my parents about me delivering papers. So we used to have an afternoon paper called the Hartford Times.
Okay.
So I was a Hartford Times girl. So it was supposed to be 12, but I was turning 12 that October, and he came to us that summer. But yeah, so between the delivering the papers, babysitting, all of that, and so my work ethic, it started that young. But also, I believe maybe even before that, when I was I would say about 8 years old, I was a brownie. So you so happen part of Girl Scouts. But the reason why I say brownie because now they added Daisy before that, but at that time they didn't have the Daisies. They had the brownies, and then they go Girl Scouts, they go Cadet. So what happened is I felt like the work ethic also started there because of selling the Girl Scout cookies.
That's smart.
And my father would take me around the neighborhood and help me with the selling of the Girl Scout cookies. So that between that and then I've always, even at a young age, had an opportunity. It started off at church where I would go to Sunday school, and after Sunday school was over with, we would all, at each class had to give a summary.
Okay.
And so I guess I did it one too many times too well, and nobody else wanted to do it. So I was like the designated person. So I feel like going back to, and then also definitely I can't leave out the reading. Yes. So I feel like there's a combination. So I used to walk from Capron Street to Barber Street. It's a bodega now, but I call it my library. But the great thing about it is the old Snyder's building has been torn